everyone, sit back and light up a big one, or a small one if that's all you have. It's time for the hottest NFL pick show around. Here are your favorite Stogie Boys and mine, Glen and Paulie.
Oh, welcome to Pigskin Preview Week 8. Glen here, my buddy Paulie. Paulie, what are you smoking? I have a Rocky Patel vintage, good old reliable cigar.
I have an Obsidian, which is a brand new cigar for us, Glen. It's unbelievable. We got it on special. We'll talk about it in a couple minutes.
I have to try that. Well, before we talk about Week 8, what are your thoughts on last week?
Well, it's hard to believe we're halfway through the season. It seems like we just started this a couple of weeks ago, but lo and behold, here we are. I thought Tebow's my guy, and
he is your guy. I hate him.
He made a lot of mistakes in the beginning of that game for sure, but the last couple of minutes he was able to engineer 2 drives and win the game in overtime. Unbelievable.
He has something magical there.
He's a winner.
What about the thing to me that sticks out are the injuries.
Yeah.
You know, there were a lot of injuries. People like Santana Moss out for the year, McFadden who went down early in the game. Tampa Bay, I think, called my nephew to come in to run for him this week.
Right.
You know, they're down to 1 running back. Hightower's
out the whole year, yeah.
He's out the whole year, so it was damaging to a lot of fantasy guys out there.
A lot of big guys, for sure. How about Ravens getting beat Monday Night Football? That was a big loss to to Florida.
Well, that was the second time, as I recall, that they really stunk it up offensively.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody picked that. You know, in terms of things you don't think are going to happen, I have to give it to you. You know, your anti-Raiders campaign.
Yeah, Raiders.
Kansas City, of all teams, blanking them.
We picked them last week as our underdog pick.
What are we underdog picks? I forgot.
6-1.
6-1.
Put us up against anyone.
Anyone. All right. Well, let's talk about Week 8. What do you think?
All right.
All right. Well, Paulie, the first game we're going to talk about involves our beloved Buffalo Bills. You know, we had Thurman Thomas here last week.
Go Bills.
By the way, that brought our hit count on our video up quite a bit, over 20,000 hits last week.
Yeah, yeah.
So we appreciate all of you enjoying that. One thing that Thurman Thomas pointed out when he was here was his feeling, and he talked to Chan Gailey, not to say this is the reason they did it, of course, but to move Spiller out to wideout. And it turns out, as you recall, they had done that, and then since then have made the decision that that's where he's going to stick for a while.
Yeah.
What do you think about the game?
Well, I think this is going to be a big win for Buffalo. 28-17 is what I think it's going to end up as. Washington is a weak team. They're struggling offensively and defensively. They just got weaker offensively. Hightower's out for the season, and Santana Moss, I believe, is out for the season as well. So
yes.
They're going to struggle. Fred Jackson's going to run all over them. He's going to catch on them as well. Fitzpatrick will pick them apart with his quick passes to Stevie Johnson and company.
Well, the air's a little cooler up there. Game's in Canada.
Yeah.
Right? I think they're playing CFL rules, which really widens out the field, right?
Canada, eh?
Hey, perfect for a guy like Fitzpatrick and the speedy offensive juggernauts of the Bills.
Right.
I have the Bills scoring more than 28, though. 42. I have 42, and I don't know how Washington would get 17.
Maybe.
Who's their quarterback?
It's Joe Slobodnik, I think.
I'm serious. Do you know who their quarterback is?
John Beck.
It is John Beck. Isn't he a musician? Anyway, 42-13. That's my pick.
All right. All right, Glenn. This is a great segment in our show every week, the Cigar Hero. Every cigar smoker, we think, is a cigar hero, including us, right? But there are some guys in history that stand above the rest, and I think that Mark Twain is one of the greatest cigar heroes for me, for sure. American guy.
I agree.
This guy was one of the most avid cigar smokers and the most biggest proponents rather of cigar smoking throughout the years. He smoked constantly from the time he got up in the morning to the time he went to bed. Working, not working, all the time. He had some great quotes as well. I'm going to share one with you. Eating and sleeping are the only activities that should be allowed to interrupt a man's enjoyment of his cigar. And that sums up what he thought about cigars.
Eating? You think eating? How about sleeping? Which of those would you rather do than cigars?
I don't know if I'd rather do eating. Well, eating may be a close second, maybe.
Well, I think, you know, Mark Twain is a good choice this week for us.
Yeah. Okay, Glenn, time for our quick picks for this week. As you guys know, we always go through the lineup of games and pick 5 or 6 and give you our quick thoughts on them. So, first game, Denver favored by 3.5. I'm sorry, Detroit favored by 3.5 over Denver. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna pinhole you on this one.
All right.
What are you saying? Because you change.
Yeah.
You always change in midstream.
Sometimes.
So what do you say about this game?
Well, I think this one's clearly in Detroit's favor.
Clearly in Detroit's favor?
Yeah, I mean, they're just too talented for Denver.
Literally.
Denver's got a lot of enthusiasm after winning in overtime with Tebow.
The game's in Denver.
I understand.
Detroit's 2 down in a row.
Detroit's too talented, even if Stafford is a little bit hurt. They're too talented.
Who's their running back?
Too talented. It's Maurice, I don't remember.
Exactly.
Listen.
Who are they playing? Tim Tebow. Denver's going to win that. By the way, Thurman Thomas sent in, he emailed me his picks. Want me to tell you what he says? He says Denver. That's over. Tebow. He loves Tebow. His daughter went to Florida.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. Second game, New England is favored by 2.5 at Pittsburgh. What are you thinking?
This is going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a good game, but New England's going to win, and I'll tell you why. Pittsburgh, with New England, you have to outscore them, and Pittsburgh just doesn't have enough horsepower on offense to outscore the Patriots.
Well, I'm a statistics guy, and I looked this up. Over the past 10 years, New England is 8-2 off of the bye, right? They had a bye last week. They won the last 7 by an average of 16 points. I Googled this.
Did you just make this up?
I just did. Average of 16 points. All right, now 4 were against the Bills, right? Anyway, they've won the last 7. The game is in New England, in Pittsburgh. New England's going to win the game. By the way, Thurman, his comment on this was just that he loves Brady's hair, so he's going with New England. All right, third game, what's that?
Cleveland at San Francisco. San Francisco favored by 9.
San Francisco, this is easy.
Yeah,
they're the hot team.
Colt McCoy and his guys just don't have enough juice for San Francisco. They are hot.
All right, that's easy. Cincinnati at Seattle. We may see this differently. Cincinnati's currently a 2.5, 3-point favorite.
Well, I think Cincinnati's defense just too tough for Seattle's offense. Seattle can't get it together.
Seattle, first of all, they're coming off a bye.
Yeah.
They beat the New York Giants handily, right? Their only loss in the last 3 games was by 2 points to Atlanta, right? Plus, per Thurman's email, he hates red hair. Therefore, Andy Dalton's out. Seattle's the pick. Final game, Dallas. Big game. Wow. Sunday night. Dallas at Philadelphia. Eagles by 3.5 right now.
Big NFC East matchup. This is going to be a tough game. I think Dallas has found a running game again with DeMarco Murray.
You and that Sonny Romo. You can't get him out of your mind.
Hey, listen.
Do you dream about Sonny Romo? I'm being serious. Philadelphia is back on track, right? They handled Washington, albeit an average team. They're back on track. You know they have the talent, and they're coming off a bye week.
Well, DeMarco Murray, Miles Austin.
Thurman has no opinion, by the way. No opinion on that game.
All right.
He doesn't like Dallas for obvious reasons. So I think he'll pick Philly. So that's it for the quick picks.
Okay, Glenn, time for our underdog pick of the week. You know, we always say that cigar smokers are clearly underdogs every day.
Yep. Every day, everywhere.
Having to battle the naysayers that are constantly against smoking and enjoying themselves, right? But lo and behold, here we are with our underdog pick. We have San Diego, which is favored by 3.5 points to 4 points right now at Kansas City. What do you think about this game?
Well, we're picking Kansas City, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. You know, as the underdog, right?
Yeah.
Again, to point out, we're 6-1 on this, so you could pretty much bank on this advice, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, here's how I see this game. Kansas City is coming off a huge win over the Raiders.
Yeah.
Granted, the Raiders were short-staffed. They had a quarterback that's been sitting out for 2 years, can't come in to help out. Prior to that, who was their quarterback? Who started the game for them?
Boy, I can't even remember, to be honest with you.
That's the point, right?
Yeah.
So you have Kansas City shut them out,
Yeah.
right? You have guys in the middle of Kansas City defense. What's my head say?
LSU, Glen Dorsey.
Tigers, Glen Dorsey,
Yeah.
guy in the middle, coming along. He's having a Pro Bowl season.
Yeah.
Kansas City, I think, is finally coming out of the Charles injured in the first week. You know, I think they're coming out of that. They're starting to produce like they were expected to produce. I see them winning this game. What are your thoughts here?
I think Castle's playing well. He's hitting. They got Bo involved now. He's making big points on fantasy.
Yeah, but this is Phillip Rivers. These are the Chargers.
6 interceptions last week against the Raiders. Granted, wasn't a star quarterback. 6 interceptions.
6 interceptions
last week. The defense is playing well, and they should be. Got guys like Glen Dorsey and Tom Bahali in there, and others, Brandon Flowers as well. They're going to win. I think they're going to win by 3, and it'll be a 4-game win streak for them.
For Kansas City?
For Kansas City.
I didn't even realize they've won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Well, that's further reason why we have to pick them. I think they're going to win by a touchdown. I think the Chargers are still a good team. You have Phillip Rivers winging the ball. He's always going to, that 6 interceptions to him really probably isn't going to bother him, right?
Probably not.
Not that much.
No, Kansas City got 6 interceptions last week.
Oh, against the Raiders.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See? That's why we spend a lot of time preparing for this show, right? In any event, Phillip Rivers, the game's in Kansas City. They're going to be excited.
Oh, yeah.
This is their first time to be excited all year.
Yeah.
Bank on this one. Kansas City's going to win by 7.
All right. Okay, Glenn, my favorite part of the show, our Stogie Pick of the Week. And this week we have a good one.
Didn't you just say something else was your favorite part?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Obsidian is a brand new brand for us. I've had a few of these cigars so far. It is fantastic. It's made in Nicaragua. Got a real dark, oily Ligero wrapper. Nicaraguan Ligero wrapper. Brazilian Ligero wrapper.
Okay.
And it's chock full of flavor. It's very strong cigar, very challenging, but it's good. You got to try it. We have it on special this week, $16.95 for a 5-pack.
$16.95 for a 5-pack of Obsidian.
Obsidian.
That's Obsidian.
It's
outrageous.
It tastes as good as it looks. It's really a beautiful looking cigar as well.
All right, there you have it.
Okay, Glenn, that brings week 8 StogieBoys Pigskin Preview to a close. It's great being with all of you guys this week again.
Look at natural. It's natural.
Don't forget to pick up a 5-pack of Obsidian cigars. We also have other football week 8 deals and specials, all 5-packs under $20. Great deals. And go to stogieboys.com/football to get into our free NFL pool.
Question.
All right.
Shotgun or under center?
Shotgun.
Revised question. The center is a stogie girl.
Can't answer. No.
Okay. Very good. Well, thanks again for being with us, and we look forward to next week. Salute.
Salute.